It's a beautiful day today. We're outside and we're cooking some Uzbek Plov on the wood and it's by the lake. The view is gorgeous, the vibes are amazing, so let's make it together, guys. Plov or pilaf, depends on which culture you're in. It's basically a delicious rice with spices and some meat, which could be any choice of your meat. First off, we have this kazan that we boil water in just to make sure that the pan is clean and we clear up any dust or anything that could have been on it. We started our beautiful fire. I love the crackling of the wood. It's one of probably my top favorite sounds in the world. It's so beautiful. It's so relaxing. We were so lucky this day was an Easter day to have a beautiful weather because the following day it was pouring rain and cold, but this was just wonderful. So we put some olive oil in the pan and we get it heat up and then we take our meat. Today we got some beef and lamb. Usually you do beef, but we found actually lamb is much more tender and so probably next time we're actually doing lamb, majority of it or all of it. You could also do it with chicken and some people do it with pork and some people actually don't use meat at all. And if you're vegan or vegetarian or if you're fasting, you can do chickpeas too, all of which would be delicious. So in our version, we just want to make sure that the meat is fried a little bit on all the sides. It gets golden and just let it simmer for a bit in oil. Once the meat is simmered and all the juices come out and some of the fat gets burned, that's actually important. We wanted to make sure there was enough sort of fatty meat in there, so we didn't ask them to cut the fat or the bones. We just wanted it to really stew well. And once the meat is fried, you put it aside and then we're going to make zajarka, or basically some carrots and onions fried before we add back the meat. This meat we got from a local Afghan place. It was actually a really good meat. I find some of the local places where you get meat is so much more flavor to especially lamb compared to any of the bigger commercial stores. Like we bought meat a bunch of times, Metro, Costco, and it just doesn't taste the same when you cook it if you're really trying to make a hearty dish. So once you pulled out the meat, you put your onions. The ratio is probably 1-to-1 or somewhere close. So it is a lot of vegetables and meat. We probably have more meat here. So you add the onions and then the same amount of carrots. And then once that's sauteed for a bit in the juice, you add back the meat. That way you allow all the ingredients to really get the flavors in and fry to golden before you mix it all together. So once you mix it together, you add water. You can already see I added most of the water there. And you let that sort of yummy, delicious food stew for a bit under the covered lid. And you go on with your life. That's part of doing food outside. You just get to enjoy activities and you sort of come back and check on the meat to stew. But this step could take as much as you want. We probably went and did our thing outside for like an hour and then came back to it. It probably would have been ready in like 30-40 minutes too. So then you want to clean your rice. And it really depends how much you want rice and what kind of rice. So we got specifically basmati rice for this. And you put it on top of your meat with vegetables. Don't try to mix it all the way through. You might try to mix it just a tiny bit just to get the rice in. But for the most part, you just cover it on top. And then you pour more water to make sure there is enough of juices and water for the rice to soak up and be ready. And it looks like there's much less rice than we would generally put. It actually turned out really well because I wanted to have a lot of meat this time around. It was a big celebration. We wanted to have plenty of food. And then we added this delicious plov spices that we actually got at an Eastern European Russian store, Yummy Market for those who live in Toronto. And we added 2 packs and it was actually good amount. We thought it was too much. No, it turned out great. Added salt, pepper. One thing we forgot is a garlic. We forgot to bring it. So you're supposed to insert a whole garlic in there. There are also different sort of variations of kind of some berries or dry fruits you could add. We didn't do any of that. So you let it steam, and once the water all sort of is absorbed into the rice, then our plov is ready to enjoy. And I can tell you, this was one of the best plovs we've done. It was absolutely delicious, and it was done by the evening, and I'm looking at it right now, this video, and I want more of this. So stay tuned for more videos as it gets beautiful outside. We're definitely going to try to make something more. I hope you had a wonderful long weekend as well, and I can't wait to see you guys soon.